Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my 23mm audio shield, or what I put up in the window every time I record, because I got new neighbours a few years ago, and they're lovely people, but they do have a penchant for DIY, 7 children and 3 dogs. Now, I'm using a lavalier mic, it's kind of clipped on here. Even with this, you're going to still hear stuff in the background unless you do some clever editing afterwards. What you can't kind of see, or what you can kind of see if I bring it round, is that I also have an SM7B. Now, if I'm recording stuff for YouTube, say gaming things, or if I'm sat at the computer just narrating audio, I run it through something called Mumble. So I use Mumble as a local host, and Mumble does a really good job of doing 2 things. That is splitting everyone's audio, if I have more than one person talking in a video, into separate video channels, so I can edit them separately, but it also does a really good job of getting out room noise. You could probably hear that the computer is on the lavalier mic, but you wouldn't be able to hear that on the SM7B. So this was designed with the idea that I would be sat at the computer using a 7B. It has, let's go through some of the features. It has 1.5 centimeter by 2.5 centimeter wooden batten on the outside, and you're seeing the 1.5 centimeter side. I don't know what that is in inches, but I'm sure you can convert it. It is held in place, and the reason it's this way up, it is held in place with these metal brackets. So these are all screwed in the corners. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 metal brackets, and that's to keep it at 90 degrees. It's also glued. So everything here is also glued, and it's a little bit wobbly, but we'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, all the screw holes were pre-drilled, so I used a narrower drill bit and then screwed it in to stop the wood splitting. And then this is actually noise suppressing foam, which you would normally stick in cars to get rid of engine noise, to get rid of cabin noise. Yeah, so there's 2 layers. Both are 10mm each, so we've got 20mm of this, except for this top bit where I kind of ran out. So 20mm. You can't really see down there. I keep looking down there. I'll turn it around. Well, let's turn it around now. Oh, that's going to be a crash cut. So yeah, I'm using a Sash window, and there's a couple of tabs on the bottom of the window. One of the problems is it's a rented apartment, and it's a big old window, and I can't drill into it, and I can't modify it in any way. So this was a really good temporary solution. So these things are hollow on one side. There's foam in them on the other side. There's 10mm of foam, and then there's where there's gaps around the outside, just packed it out with 20mm of this audio foam. The reason I'm not using the same foam as, I don't know if that's in shot, but I'm not using egg crate foam, is the egg crate foam stops reverberation. So when I'm talking in a room like this, it stops my voice bouncing around, but it doesn't stop bass. So if you want to stop stuff coming through, you need density, not shape. So we've gone with 20mm of very dense foam, and density stops bass. This will actually stop most of what's going on. I can record if someone's sanding certain things. I can record if the dogs are, well, 2 of the dogs are going crazy. One of the dogs is super loud. But I can absolutely record if the kids are screaming, because this cuts all human voice activity out, which is really good. It also cuts out a lot of road noise. I'll flip it over in a second. It's going to be another crash cut. We can see the other side. Boom, crash cut. I mean, it's got to be right. There's a little scratch here, but otherwise this is the side that goes up in the window, and I thought I could paint this, and then I thought I don't have time to paint this. It's a huge area. You can barely get it all in on camera. Well, in fact, I can't get it all in on camera and frame it right. So here's the cutouts for the tabs on the Sash window. There is a little 10mm draft excluder strip that goes around the outside. So the draft excluder strip sticks to the wooden frame, or presses up against the wooden frame of the window, and that's very, very important. It's got a diagonal cut in each corner, because you don't want any air moving through this. Any gaps it's going to cause a problem. It's going to just let sound straight through. We have tacks here, here, here. So in each of the corners and kind of in the middle, and all of these. So this is 3mm hardboard. These are, I think, 10 or 15mm tacks. Again, I pre-drilled these because I didn't want the wood splitting, and it's done a really good job. It's a lot more work to pre-drill all your nail holes, but hey, it's done a good job. Here's some of the foam that's just in the recess so the noise doesn't go through, because just having the hardboard isn't enough. And as you can see, the window's actually kind of 5'10". I'm 5'10". Oh, sorry, I just punched Voyager. Yes, the window's 5'10", and what happens is this is the bottom. So this bit sits on the windowsill. Because the windowsill kind of leans slightly towards the window, the whole thing kind of stays upright anyway. And then I just use, oh, why did I get both of them? I'm going to drop one on the floor. Goodbye. So I use bungees on the other side, obviously, but since it's here, I'll just show you. So there are 4 cup hooks, one on either side, and what you do is you just attach a cup hook, attach the hook here to the cup hook, and then stretch your bungee across the back, and that 2.5 centimeters is enough just to pull it into the window frame. So yeah, the only modification to the window, 4 cup hooks. And I think the window is about the only point at which, oops, I'm going to drop that bungee. The window is the only point at which sound can get into the room anyway, because the rest of it is granite. So I'm not worried about sound coming in through the walls or anywhere else. But yeah, that's what I've got to do. This thing goes up every time I do a recording, if I'm sat at the computer or if I'm going to be doing it behind you on the sofa. Well, I hope this helps somebody else. Anyone else dealing with noise or having to create a home studio or anything. You only need to put it up temporarily. There are some side effects. Obviously, you don't get any light, so having studio lights in your room are going to help, because just a regular bulb, it doesn't do enough for the camera to work with if you are recording things. If I needed this to stop any more sound, I could probably put more foam on, but it's already fairly flush with the battening. So, I mean, this is the Mark 1. Good. Well, I hope this helped somebody. I hope you got something out of this. And I tell you what, if you like these type of videos, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe, and I tell you what, I'll catch you next time.